you so much for joining us in this space. I'm so honored to be here and to be hosting this incredible ceremony that I'm going to be doing today with Jonah, who's going to be logging on in just a second. Hello, welcome everyone. Thank you so much. And I think Jonah will be joining us here. We're going to be starting off with just setting a short intention. Hi.
Hello.
So wonderful to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, so I think we're going to start off by doing just a short little kind of getting centered, getting grounded, and getting ready for us to enter into this beautiful space that we're going to be sharing together. So if you want all the folks who are here with us and all those who will be joining us later, beyond time and space, if you want to just take a moment here, we're going to take a few deep breaths. And I'm going to say a few words and feel free to repeat them after me, each time taking a deep breath in. And feel free, of course, to say it internally, to adjust it however it makes sense for you. So the first is divine within me. Earth beneath me. Sky above me. Love surround me. We're going to do that one more time. And this time I'm going to shift the me to us. So we're going to take a deep breath in. Divine within us. Earth beneath us. Sky above us. Love surround us. Yeah. So let yourself gently come back to this live stream. You can open your eyes if you had them closed. Thank you everyone for joining us here. I'm so honored to be here. My name is Edgar Fabian Frías, and I am currently on Muskogee Creek Nation territory, unceded territory. I am honored to be here and to be connecting us all together in this space. I wanted just to share a little bit about myself. My family is from Mexico. I am Vidaditadi or Vidadita, and I also am non-binary, I'm queer, I'm trans, and I'm also connected to a sacred lineage of trans people. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. And I definitely have connections to many other parts of the world. My family is from Mexico, and as we know, the colonization of Mexico also has led for people from many parts to be joined there. So I really want to acknowledge and honor the indigenous ancestors, and I'm really honored to also really be connected here with all of you, living, trans, queer, gender expansive ancestors as well. So thank you so much.
And thank you, Edgar, for opening up the space so wonderfully and for having me here with you. My name is Jonah Welch. I am a trans mystic and I'm on the non-binary path as well. My ancestry is uh, Italian. I come from a line of Italian medicine makers and alchemists and doctors. And I'm currently on unceded Tonkawa land, which was also shared by the Comanche people and the Lipan Apache. And I want to acknowledge the ancestors of this land in particular that I'm on today. And I also um, come from a sacred lineage of trans and non-binary people who have been here on this earth for as long as human beings have been around. So we're going to talk about that a little bit further as well. And thank you to everyone who's joining us here today and in the future. It's good to see you all.
Yeah, yeah, and we want to just name that we want this ceremony, this intention that we're setting together to be collective. And we definitely want this to also be a sanctuary for people to come into and to have this space where we can really uplift and hold each other and connect in our divinity. And we want to invite any queer, transgender, expansive, gender nonconforming, non-binary, two-spirit people to come into this space beyond time and space and to join us and to also join us in this moment as we have such a wonderful group of people here on this live stream. And there's going to be moments in this ceremony that we're going to invite you to share any downloads, any messages that you may be receiving in this sacred work that we're going to be doing here today. We really want to invite you to use the chat and to let us know. And we'll definitely read some of these divine messages, downloads that folks bring into this space. And I want to just name that because we're doing ceremony today, I want to invite people to really take this on and make it personal, connected to your own sacred lineages, your own communities, your own sacred intention. And I want to just name some of the things that I'm going to be working with. I have a candle here. I also am going to be working with some sage that was gifted to me by a native sibling. And I also brought some things here by some divine non-binary mystics who are living people today who I really love. And, you know, really wanting to also name that we are our living ancestors too. So I just have here Ila Mara's book, which I've been really enjoying recently. I have Alok's book as well, just here on my altar. And I have this divine potion here by my good friend Kiki. And just really wanting to name that there are some divine non-binary mystics, witches out there also as well who are living ancestors. And so really this work that we're doing is very non-linear. We're wanting it to move across timelines. Yeah.
And today I'm burning a little bit of cedar resin from a trans mystic friend of mine up in Maine who pulled it off of a tree for me on a burning vessel given to me by a trans and non-binary person named Matthias in Florida. So bringing in some magic from my people, my community as well. I wanted to talk a little bit about the uniqueness of transcestry and trans lineage, trans non-binary, two-spirit, gender expansive lineage and ancestry. You know, I think the sort of common central way to talk about ancestry is blood ancestry. And for a lot of people, this is sort of an inaccessible topic, whether it's because you don't have records of who your blood ancestors were because of poverty, because of the violence of colonization. There are so many reasons why people are disconnected from their blood ancestors. And the special thing about being a part of a spiritual lineage with trans people and non-binary people and gender expansive people, thank you, Olivia, um, is that lineage is accessible to all of us. It's always there. It has always been there. It always will be there. So even as you might be someone who is disconnected from your blood ancestors, you do, as a trans person and a non-binary person, gender expansive person and a queer person, you have a lineage. You have a spiritual lineage. And in my understanding of these lineages and these transcestors is that they are there and waiting for us to reach out to them. Um, they're there to share with us their blanket of protection over our lives, to bring us abundance, to help comfort us when we feel afraid or alone, to help us establish a sense of belonging. And for me, learning that just through my adult life and through my spiritual work has been deeply, deeply comforting, to know that I always do have this lineage that I can tap into and ask for help and feel into, and also that as I go through living my life, I can give back to that lineage, especially to those who might have lived in a time when there was not even words or visibility to what they were feeling in their embodiment. For people in my lineage who had to hide themselves or who were victims of violence, I like to, live my life in a way that can give back to those ancestors in my deep gratitude for um, what they have done, for their courage and for their lives. So, and you know I want to talk, we're here today to lead some meditation for all of us to tap into this lineage, and also to invoke these ancestors in a project that I am working on right now, which I'll just talk about briefly, which is a national campaign to put up 100 billboards across the country that talk about trans divinity. So my initial billboard came up a year ago and it read, "Trans people are sacred." And now we're opening up, this is a very collaborative project, but we're opening it up to 50 trans, non-binary, and two-spirit BIPOC artists to create their own work about trans divinity and to put 100 of those billboards up across the country. And I think this does some really special temporal magic with our ancestors, because moving into the past, for those people, those ancestors of ours within this lineage who did have to hide themselves or couldn't speak out about who they were, or maybe could not even live their life in a way that felt authentic to them, we are putting up these messages to celebrate and honor them and to reach back in time and say, you paved the way for us to live in this time where we can say this so publicly and openly. And also to reach forward to who will become our descendants and to say, we further paved the way for you to be able to live safely and openly and to find a real sense of belonging in this world. And not only a sense of belonging, but a sense of your own inner divinity.
Yeah, and I think that, really makes me think a lot about, as an Indigenous person, really learning more about my people and healing um, a lot of the pain and the separation that has been caused by colonization. I've really been able to tap in to the knowing that, many of our Indigenous siblings have had sacred, two-spirit, queer, gender expansive people in their communities that have been venerated, that have held sacred roles. And hearing that has been just such a healing um, balm for me as someone who grew up not feeling that connection, not knowing that that connection existed. And I think that that's something that really excites me, Jonah, about this project is it really will create that space for people to have a place to look to, especially, really being an expansive project that will really be seen by so many, really claiming this truth about our divinity, our yeah, the sacredness of our being, and the fact that there have been so many ancestors and transcestors who have existed in these spaces. And so I also want to, along with these people who had to hide, I also want to bring in the energy of the people who also were held as sacred in their communities and who were loved and who had sacred roles. And also, of course, the people in our living times who have these sacred roles now, because there are so many people who look to queer, transgender, nonconforming, expansive, two-spirit folks to say, I'm really, needing that connection, right? And I think this is really about connection and relationship. And I really feel building that relationship and knowing that I'm connected to this sacred lineage has really been transformative for me. And I've really started to develop some beautiful relationships with my ancestors. And I think really naming how they're always there, they're always present, they're always wanting to bring us medicine, to bring us care, to bring us wisdom. I have a transcestor who's been delivering projects to me. Like, I have another transcestor who's been really helping me learn more about sacred medicines. There's another transcestor who's very much a trickster and loves to play with me. And so I think, we're really opening up these beautiful relationships that exist and that are present. And I think that's something that's so radical and powerful about this project, and also about being in ceremony with everyone here, is that we're really claiming this. We're really opening up our hearts to these relationships, to these connections, to our ancestors who are here and who want to really offer us their sacred gifts and their medicine.
Thank you, Edgar. So we're gonna move into doing a little bit of a guided meditation that is going to bring everybody who's in the circle now and everybody who's going to join us in the future. We're gonna do some meditation to connect with those ancestors and bring them in. And as Edgar said previously, we really invite folks to approach this meditation through your own, in your own way. So anything that we say, feel free to change those words and approach it in a way that feels really good to you. And we also invite anyone who needs to step out and take some time to do that as well if you need to during the meditation.
Yeah, just know that you can come back to this space whenever you need to, that we'll be here. Yeah, so we'll get started, and I'd love for us just as a group to all just take a moment and kind of maybe move our awareness from this beautiful sacred space that we've been sharing together here. And we're going to just connect with our sacred bodies by taking a deep breath. We're opening up the space, and if people want to just take another deep breath in at the count of 3, just to get us back into our bodies again. 1, 2, 3. We're going to take a deep breath, and we're going to acknowledge the direction of east. Sacred place of illumination. The sacred element of air. The golden eagle. Thank you, East, for being here in this ceremony with us. We take a deep breath and we move our awareness to the south. Place of power, of healing, the space of the sacred serpent, the energy and element of fire. Thank you for being here with us. Taking another deep breath, we move our awareness to the west. The sacred element of water. The connection between us, the memory, the fields that join us. The dolphins, the Black Panther. Moving our awareness up with another deep breath to the north. Sacred ancestors, Gayumati, sacred deer. Take this message beyond time and space to the transcestors, to the ancestors. Connect us all together in the sacred element of earth. Take one large deep breath in together. We move our awareness into the center, into the great void, the great mystery, the great spirit, Tattevadi, great grandparent fire. Thank you for being here with us in this space.
And I want to invite everyone to get comfortable as we go into this. Make sure your body is supported right now. Have a drink of water. And I want to thank Daniel Four, who has taught me a lot about ancestral connection, for helping provide the framework for today's meditation. So, from this comfortable and grounded space, I want you to invite at least one power, one being who you already know and trust to be with you here. This can be an ancestor you're already connected to. This can be the earth. Just one being who you know and trust and look to for guidance in your spiritual work. And I want you to ask of them to help you clear and cleanse your own personal space. And I want you to ask them to help establish a layer of protection around you and your space. And then I want you to bring your focus to a central fire that we're all gathered around here. For those of us who are here now and those who will join us, this central meeting space. I want you to know that this is a place where you can return to for energy throughout this process, and for warmth and for light.
Now take a moment and notice the connection between us, all of the other people who are here joining us in this sacred space. Let yourself be open to the mutual support that exists here in this space, knowing that you can connect to this support beyond time and space. Noticing the earth beneath you, the sacred land, noticing beyond you and this circle, the family of transcestors who you are connected to, the recent and known, the older ancestors and the ancient ones.
And I want you to feel into those ancestors. We are a mixed community of people, and you may sense that some are vibrant and healed and bright and at peace. And there are others who are not so at peace. And I want you to just feel into all of them, connect with all of them. And we're going to call closer those who are vibrant and who are willing to come in and help us do this work. So take a moment to call in those who want to come in, who are here to offer their vibrancy and their peace and their love to us in this process. And for those ancestors, transcestors who are not at peace, I want to take a moment to offer our compassion to them and to offer to them some of the medicine of our lives, of us being here, of the freedoms that we have, and the joy of living as trans people. We offer that to you, to those ancestors of ours who are hurt, who are wounded, and who are not at peace.
Now ask the transcestors to be open, to allow yourself to be open to them, to extend love and care into your life. Let yourself be open to any messages that our beloved transcestors might be wanting to share with you in this moment. Notice in the many ways that these sacred messages can come in. They might be sensations, or images, or words, or a feeling of knowing. Take a moment and consider asking the sacred transcestors for a blessing, for protection, for your life. Extend this to your community, to your loved ones. Send it with some gentleness. Sending this out into this beautiful circle that we are all in this moment and beyond time and space.
And extend this blessing as well to those ancestors and also to our descendants who are open to this blessing, who need healing and love and protection as well. And we ask that our sacred transcestors, our sacred lineage, offer us protection at this time of great social change, and that they may go forward into time and open up the paths wherein which we will uplift our community and bring further safety to our community, and to open up space for us to be our full and authentic selves, to bring our magic and our gifts into the world. Let's just take a moment to rest in this presence of our sacred transcestors who are here, who are vibrant, and who are ready to protect us, to keep us safe, to uplift us, and to help us do this work of healing. Once again, just listening in to see if there are any messages they wish to share with you through sensation, emotion, vision, smell, hearing, memory. And we express gratitude for our sacred transcestors for being here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
And as everyone's ready, please, on your own time, just start to return. Return to the circle, return to where we are gathered, and start to come back. And as folks come back, we would love to open space in the comments from anyone who wants to share what that experience was like, anything you saw or heard or felt from doing this small meditation to start to connect with our sacred lineage. So if anything you wish to share, we would love to hear it, and we'll read it out loud.
Yeah, and I'd love to just share for myself, I really could feel some loving hands embracing me in that space. I could really feel a flow of energy moving through me. And I could feel us all so connected with so much genuine divine intention in this space. And I could feel the transcestors rejoicing, knowing that we're coming together in their name and in their honor. And it brings them so much life to just feel us putting energy on them and attention on them and honoring and venerating them in their proper place. So I can feel so much gratitude moving non-linearly beyond time and space, back and forth.
Whenever I do this, I feel so overwhelmed by the courage and fortitude and brilliance of these sacred transcestors. I'm always just so grateful to have such a lineage, and not only that has so much courage and strength and brilliance, but that is so open-hearted and willing to share that and willing to extend protection and safety to me and my loved ones and to our community as a whole. And I know that they want to do that more, and they want us to call them in more and honor them more.
Yeah, they're definitely wanting to connect with us and to be really collaborators with us. And they are also wanting us to really connect beyond time and space to one another and to know that we are very much those transcestors to so many, and that we are also sending love out to those future transcestors as well, and that we are a part of a beautiful web of protection, of brilliance, of care. And definitely feeling that in this space. And I'm so grateful, and I'm seeing a lot of people commenting, and I'm really grateful for all of you sharing your what you experienced. Yeah.
I'm
Thank
not
you so
seeing comments, so if you want to read any of
Yes,
them,
definitely. I
yeah.
would love to. Yeah. So Olivia Pepper says, my bloodline transcestor Johanna known as Jonah of Arc, joined us. My hands are shaking from the visitation, so I can't type right now. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, I'm also feeling like such a current, a flow of energy moving through me right now, so I can really relate. And I'm also having a little bit of a hard time looking at these. Celeste 514 says, I felt the magic of this transcestral energy. Yes, definitely feeling the magic of that space, the field that's always open to us. Pansy's Tarot sends a yellow heart emoji. Clyde, Clydith Mason says, Storme de la Vie said hello. Storme de la Vie said hello. Thank you so much for sharing that. Simon Aiden says, I felt transestrals galloping in the wind with the clouds above the sea, breathing them deep into my lungs. Oh my goodness. Yes, let's take a moment with that vision. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, let yourself feel those transcestors galloping in the wind. Yeah, and so 82nd Avenue and Queerdo Street said, I saw us and others standing around a bright bonfire at night, singing, dancing, and laughing. COVID dreams, LOL. Thank you, 82nd Avenue and Queerdo Street. And Angela Mary Magic sends us some heart eyes. Thank you. Yasmin the Machine also sending us some loving emojis. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And Jonah is coming right back. Oh, so wonderful to see so many people here. Oh, thank you so much, Angela. We're so happy to have you all in this space. Ayet and Avin Bakhtale, love y'all. Thank you so much, Ilva, School of Traditional Magic. You are also a brilliant flower angel, Angela Mary Magic. Thank you so much. Yeah, I saw a reflection of tree branches in the water of a lake. Bandit, like Becca says, thank you so much. Tree branches in the water of a lake. Yes. And that's something that's so beautiful is our ancestors have so many ways that they're wanting to share messages with us, that they bring forward their gifts. So knowing that they come to us in very different ways. So I'm waiting here for Jonah. I don't know what's going on, but let me see if I can try to get them to come on with me. Born Sirius says, time as a current and flow of light and choosing to enter. Oh, I'm so glad you're back, Jonah.
Hi, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's this energy, right? We're definitely feeling it.
Mhm.
I'm sure it's working with these electronic grids here. I was just reading Born Sirius says, time as a current and flow of light and choosing to enter the flow of time at different points, holding the same form as they have been outside the flow of time. Wow, Born Sirius, thank you so much. Yes, we're getting so many messages, Jonah. This is so beautiful. There's so many folks sending in their love. Elf Freaky says they love us so much.
Mhm.
Born Serious says, without identifying with earthbound ideas of gender. Yes.
I
Uh,
am I wanted to speak to Caravaggio Boy's comment, which says, yeah, this is so quantum. I haven't had older trans people in my life, and this connected me to love I haven't felt in the physical. Thank you. And
mm,
on that topic, something that I found really healing for me has been to work with, people talk about doing inner child work, but I had an experience recently of doing some crone work. So envisioning myself as an elder, and as having the possibility of becoming an elder. And I have found that to be deeply, deeply healing as well, especially when you
oh,
don't have mentorship or presence of trans elders in your life, which I think is the case for a lot of us.
thank you so much for sharing that, Jonah. That is so powerful. Yeah, and also kind of adding to that beautiful nonlinear magic here, right? That we're working with ourselves across timelines and really, yeah, casting those beautiful nets to the future versions of ourselves, to the future
Mhm.
transcestor versions of us. Yes, Angela Mary Magic, Crone Magic, potent as fuck. Yes, thank you. I'm gonna read here a couple more. Olivia Pepper says, my third gender Celtic warrior femme transcestors are all kind of standing in a semicircle watching you two and playfully kind of gossiping.
Tell them we say hello.
Yeah, I want to hear what they're gossiping about.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
KS Dottie says, felt a compassionate encouragement to stop self sabotage and be good to ourselves in ways they tried and sometimes couldn't reach.
Mm, thank you for that.
Yeah, and Angela Mary Magic says so many radical, brilliant, etheric mystics here today. Yes, so many, and I think that's part of why we've been having so many things come up with our grid here because there's so much energy here, and I'm so grateful to all of you for holding this space. Olivia Pepper says, in ancient Britain, Celtic culture, there was a specific role for AFAB folks who occupied a masculine role, quote unquote, socially. It's been a really important part of my identity. Thank you so much for sharing that and the different ways that our ancestors really connected with this beauty and divinity of gender expansiveness and queerness and transness. Um, School of Traditional Magic says, Jonah, can we talk about what products you use in your hair?
Um, I want to first say good night to There's the Moon, Stars, and Trees. Sleep well. Thank you for coming. And um, I don't really use anything in my hair because I'm bad at having a beauty routine. But I will give a shout out to today I'm using some hair oil that my friend Brandy Joe, who runs Ritual Union, which is she's an herbal medicine maker, and her brand is called Ritual Union. She made this hair oil. Let me see, I can show you guys. The transcestors would enjoy this, so I'm just gonna share. Um,
Definitely.
this is Heavenly hair oil, which has Arnia, avocado, jojoba, argan, sesame oils infused with hibiscus, horsetail, lemongrass, gotu kola, and vitamin E. So that's what I'm using today, but normally nothing. Thank you for Transistors for letting me have a hair moment.
Yeah. Yeah, and I want to read what Born Sirius just said, which I think is really really incredible that the transcestors guided Jonah and I without really knowing, because we both didn't know before we decided on the date, that today's a Lionsgate portal and that the Earth aligns with Sirius and creates a portal, and our star transcestors are also here with us, the old ones who live outside of gender. Thank you, Born Sirius, for naming that. And it is such an auspicious blessing for us to be doing this sacred work, to be creating the sanctuary here on the Lionsgate portal, to really be opening up that space for all of us to really hold and be with today and in such an auspicious day. So many more comments. Yeah. Eva says, oh, the transcestors need this. All very healing herbs. Yasmin the Machine says. Caravaggio Boy says, gorgeous locks. Can't wait until they turn silver and you're telling tales of the uprising to the little ones. Yeah. Can you see the comments?
I can, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to read a couple more?
Sure. Thank you, Olivia, for tagging Ritual Union. Brandy Joe is one of my favorite medicine makers and has created so much medicine to support trans people through her work. So thank you for doing that, Olivia. School of Traditional Magic says, hair is so powerful in Romani culture, I can't help but feel the transcestors celebrating. Olivia Pepper with also lions are hella trans magic. Yes. Have y'all seen the trans lions? Like the lions that are AFAB and then grow a mane? Yes, it's real. Trans lions.
Yeah, and I think, and just naming that there are divine trans beings in all the animal, plant kin, in the mineral kin. Trans beings exist in the stars, as people have been naming.
Born Sirius says, my people and kin who have called me since I was 15, born Sirius for a reason. So grateful to be here, so grateful my star transcestors are here. Yes, lions, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, thank you all so much for your comments. I'm loving how collaborative and collective this is feeling, and I'm so glad you guys feel called to share.
Yeah, I'm really feeling all the love of the group here and really feels so good to extend this out and to anyone who joins us later to really let yourself feel that love, that care that exists in this space that we're all holding together. Yes, mushrooms. Thank you so much for naming mushrooms. And thank you so much also, Sal Ingram, for the loving hearts. Oh, and Sobra says, thank you. This was so healing. I felt an energetic resting and protection. It was so deeply needed as I was asking for grounding and love, bliss feelings.
Mm.
Yes.
And this is a lineage of transistors that's always there for us to tap into, even as we close this space, even as you move forward with your day. They're always there, and they want to help you and help you feel this sense of belonging and safety.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And thank you for being here, Catnip Hardy. Blossoms Buttercup says, it feels like family here, heart. Thank you.
Mm.
I am feeling so emotional. Yes, I'm also feeling so emotional as well. I'm feeling that love. And yeah, it's such a blessing to feel trans family, trans unity, trans community here in this space. Um, and Yasmin the Machine says, today's date 808 is like the symbols of infinity and unity. 8 embracing a symbol of wholeness and void magic. 0. Mm, yes, really working with that void magic, that unity, that wholeness, really creating that sanctuary for all our transcestors to come here. Be you a transcestor who's living in this moment or who is going to be accessing this in the spirit realms beyond time and space. We want this magic to be non-linear, to work across timelines. Yes.
Olivia Pepper says, before I go, I just want to honor an ancestor of mine who has suffered for a long while but was brought some solace today. I have a relative just from the last generation who is not safe to be out. This work from you two has brought a gentleness to that restless spirit. I'm so glad.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hold them here with us in this space also with that gentleness. Hmm. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Olivia. Yeah, so we want to take a second again just to remind folks who are here why we're coming together also in this incredible project that Jonah talked about earlier. Um, oh, your mom's sibling was secretly trans feminine. Thank you so much, Olivia Pepper, for naming that. We're really holding them here in this space. Yes. We honor their spirit and their energy, and we're so grateful for them to come and join us in this community here, and that we can all hold them here in this space. Thank you for bringing them in.
And it's my hope that putting up 100 billboards in a very visible way can help bring some solace to our restless ancestors, to the recently deceased trans ancestors, and to those of us who are here now who are seeking a sense of belonging, seeking to remember our own divinity. And I I just want to give some brief updates on where we are with the project fundraiser. We've already raised over $15,000 in just a week, and this is from mostly small donations from over 400 different people. So I am so grateful for everyone who has participated in this way to make this project a reality. And we're going to keep fundraising for the next 5 weeks or so. But at this point, we will be able to pay 6 different trans, non-binary, and two-spirit BIPOC artists to make work. They'll be paid $1,000 each to make work for these billboards, and we'll be able to put 6 of them up across the country. We'll be able to pay a curation team of trans BIPOC folks $1,000 each to help select this work. And I'm so, so grateful for that. And if anyone here is not familiar with this project happening and you want more information, in my bio, I have the link to the GoFundMe where you can read through what it's all about. And I'm also here for any questions you want to send my way via DM. So please just let me know. And for any trans, non-binary, and two-spirit BIPOC artists who want to submit work, this is also a call for art. So please reach out if you'd like to submit work. I'll send you the submission guidelines.
Yeah, and definitely keep donating if you can, and please keep sharing this project with other people, with your communities, and try to contact other people or institutions or people that you know could help fund this project. Feel free to reach out to Jonah, and I also have it linked in my bio as well. If you're here, it's on my profile as well, so you can continue donating and sharing that also. And I just wanted to read a couple of people here who gave some really wonderful comments. Caravaggio Boy said, I'm currently asking for my transcestors to help hold the shame that arises often when I experience expansion in my own confidence in my gender identity. I extend that to all now. Thank you, Caravaggio Boy, so much for sharing that. Thank you, Serpent Wizard, for being here also. And yeah, so much love. CDAX Art says, I saw Dan Levy post about this project today, so glad this project is getting attention from folks with platforms. Yes, please keep sharing it. Please keep letting folks know. So wonderful to see all of the support that people have been giving this project already. We're really, really honored and grateful. And as we've said, this project really is a big intention that is timeline magic that we're wanting to really have it work across spaces. And I know myself as a non-binary person, it really took the courage and the presence of other queer, trans, non-binary, two-spirit folks to really give me the permission and the freedom to be able to also step into my own lineage, into my own power. And that's really what we're really naming here as well. Yeah. And Serpent Wizard says, honored to be here. I'm receiving goosebumps repeatedly on my neck and crown, hearing the sound of an ancient horn blown, drumming, and transcensor strings from long, long ago. Thank you so much for sharing that, Serpent Wizard. Short Trend Angela says, awesome. Hello, thank you. And Olivia Pepper says, y'all, my mom's departed sibling told me out loud what she wants me to call her. She wants to be addressed in this context as Isabel. Thank you for bringing Isabel into this space, Olivia Pepper. We're really honored to have Isabel here with us. Yeah, so much healing medicine in this space. We're really honored. We're really grateful to all of you for being here. Thank you so much for joining in this space. I'm going to be posting this all later on in my Instagram so people can also connect with this Beyond Him in Space. Sending love to all of you. I'd like for us to do a little closing here before we let go, just to close this sacred space that we've opened up here together. So if people want to just take a quick moment, take a deep breath here at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We want to thank all the transcestors, the sacred ancestors, for being here with us, all the divine connections here who've been in this space. Thank you to the sacred directions and the elements for holding space with us, to all the divine beings for being here with us. Thank you. We ask for you to return, and we also set the intention to continue to connect with you to come back and to be in relationship with you. Thank you so much for your strength, for your support, for your care, for your magic. We're going to take one last big breath together at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you everyone so much for joining us. Hopefully we can do this again sometime.
I would love to.
Yeah, it was really, really lovely.
Yeah.
Olivia, I'm so glad about your transistor, Isabel. That's really wonderful, and thank you again to everyone for sharing your observations and your feelings around this topic. I think that this kind of work has the potential to really empower each of us and help us feel a sense of rootedness and belonging that we deserve being here on this earth. And I'm just so amazed and astounded at what everyone has shared. And to have you all here in this space.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, this is definitely such a gift. Yeah, I feel the gift, the expansive gift that's going to keep giving. Yeah, it feels so good to be in community, and I would love for us to do this again and to continue connecting. And please continue connecting with your transcestors, opening up yourselves to them, invite them into your lives. And also, let's keep joining and meeting in their honor, in their name.
Thank you, Edgar, for hosting this.
Yeah, thank you so much for suggesting this. I'm so glad that we could do this. I'm so honored, and sending so much love to you, and thanking you also so much for being such a visionary in creating this project so that we can all organize around it, and for bringing so many together with its magic. So thank you so much also.
Oh, thank you, Edgar, for your visionariness as well. I have so appreciated your work through time, and it's deeply inspiring to me. And it's really nice to join you here and put our magics together to create some space. And I so look forward to the next time we make this happen.
Yeah. Well, sending love to you, sending love to everyone else.
Have a good day, y'all.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.